Hello, it's me, Tony, from Noēsis. Thanks for watching. In another video, we identified the churn of blame and blame rejection as being one of several main conduits that feed perpetual conflict among humans. So, let's move on. Let's look at another mechanism that leads to the churn of conflict. Now, the one I describe is in theory, because we don't do theory here. The one we'll discuss now is raging all around us, every day, all day. It hides in plain sight. It means we've normalized a known killer of human interaction. Let's have the courage to look. And why waste time? Let's do it now. Non-concession. It keeps on showing up in our history books, folks. And when we compare the social collapse of human cultures that were never even aware of one another, the autopsies tend to be eerily similar in nature. That's a hint that we're asking the wrong questions. Never mind the described events from one failure to another. What's the evolutionary mechanisms that are driving them? Now we're talking. Your homework is once again simple. Just notice it. You'll never view the simple act of non-concession the same. So you see the two words here, critical thinking. It's like a unicorn. If you see human beings practicing it, you're seeing the equivalent of a unicorn, because critical thinking demands that material fact rules any debate. It means if you have an opinion and material fact is introduced, you will alter your opinion accordingly. Not maybe. But is that what we humans do? You tell me. What sounds more familiar to you? Do we concede material fact, or do we more often dig in our heels? Do we concede the material fact, or do we fall on our sword before we'll concede a thing? You know the answer. And that answer is killing our species. Human beings won't concede. And that phenomenon, non-concession, torpedoes millions of conversations every day, and that creates the ruinous constant known as, say it with me, perpetual conflict. How ruinous is our inability to concede a point? Well, for starters, we invented a nifty cliche that brags about our non-concession. Here it is. Tell me if you recognize it. Let's agree to disagree. Really? You don't mind if I translate this nonsense, do you? When we agree to disagree in 95 out of 100 cases, one or both of us failed to concede a material fact. It makes us silent and endless enemies on its best day, and on its worst day, we kill one another. And this, the inability to concede the time of day, is the vehicle that will transport humanity to a sustainable future? No, it isn't. We'll go to our graves protecting indefensible positions rather than to concede. And here's why. In the subconscious human mind, where the long-gone enemies of our evolutionary past continue to haunt us, non-concession is not a choice. It's a weakness. See how simple? Why concede when we can start a war? We're witness every day to disagreements that no matter how much material fact intrudes, we won't give an inch. What's going on? Folks, I wish it were hard, but it isn't. No two combatants, whether they be friends in a bar or entire countries, they all proceed from a grossly distorted belief. They believe, in areas of the mind not consciously available to either, that their lives are in danger. These long-dead enemies, these saber-toothed tigers that once threatened us, continue to haunt a human mind that has yet to understand let alone resolve the leftover residue of its evolutionary past. We're not living in 40,000 BC anymore. We're not in the woods anymore, are we? The ancient mechanisms of brutality inside of us can't read and they can't hear. They're unimpressed with our kinder, gentler present-day reality. They shoot to kill, and they fly over the wreckage later. What happened? It's not hard. These delusions will transport humanity into a sustainable future? No, they won't. But now suddenly you see it differently. And because you do, now we can order what we understand. Thank you.